up, Dark Emperor? What up? What up? Well, I gotta move this. Hold on. I gotta move this over here. There we go. Whoa. I gotta. Hold on. I actually don't have. Can I open fishing? Hold on. I need to figure out how to put fishing on this. Hold on. I think I can get fishing. Hold on. Hold on.
Thanks.
My mobile, I can't hold on. Okay, speed. Loading? Oh my. Hold on, hold on. Hold. Loading. 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 Dude, this thing 3 years to load. Come on, it's 2024. Let's go. Alright, there we go. Okay, it's picking up speed. Okay, there we go. Alright. Almost there. Almost there. Firmly grasped it. Also, Dan 13 Fox 9 months. Dan 13 Fox. What? Maybe 13 months. Alright. I think I got it. Hold. We're good. I figured it out. I'm kind of a gamer. Alright, there we go. Alright. Fishing activated. Move this up here. Perfect. Alright. Here I am. What's up, gamers? So here's what I've been working on this guy a bit. You can see here. I've been trying to make a stone type of throne because the other thrones I've been doing are gold. So I've been trying to do a throne that's made out of stone. It's been coming along pretty nicely. You can see there. See that? Yeah. And then I'm gonna have to do some work on him. He's literally just contrast paint purple. So I don't know if I want these vines to be brown or like green or green brown or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I don't know. I was feeling like a Warhammer painting kind of night. You know what I mean? I haven't done a Warhammer painting stream in months, and I've been pretty excited for the new Warhammer stuff. So I figured, hey, you know what? Why not? Plus, I'm sure plenty of people haven't actually seen my Warhammer collection. I have a lot of Warhammer, you might say. Yo, Crocky was caught. Nice. I also got this guy. I literally just glued this thing back on. It was breaking off. It's glued back on now. I gotta paint his feathers and stuff like that, but whatever. Yeah, mini painting. Good old miniature painting. Good old miniature painting. So, I paint a lot of miniatures. And by a lot, I mean, I have a lot. I have, like, way too much. I have fished and now I leave. Thank you, Deus Vale. Let's see. What else? Do I want to keep painting this guy today? Hold on. You know what? I'm going to find my Lord Krog. So I can compare. And my Slain. Okay. Where's my Slain? Here he is. The main one. I think I painted him brown anyway. Alright. So here, he's the main one I painted with vines. See, he's got like the brown vines. As a commission painter for 5 years now, I pay what I want, dude. Hell yeah. Is this fishing with Krendor featuring Sinvicta? This is actually fishing with Sinvicta featuring Krendor. Kind of wacky there. Yeah, I really like these vines. So I don't remember what I painted these with. Crater H, 52 months. Thank you, Crater H. 1 3 5 7 now. 1 3 5 7 2 9 4 1 3 5 7 9 3 1 3 5 7 9 4 1 3 5 7 9 3 4. Fuck. There's 52 months. Baneblade Brown. Did I use Baneblade Brown? I don't think I did. I think I used something slightly darker. Steel Legion. Oh, did I use Steel Legion Drab? I think I did. Okay, I think I Steel Legion Drabbed it. All right, I'm gonna shake this up. Because even if I did use something darker, you can always kind of highlight over it. Yeah, Beyblade Brown. I used Beyblade Brown on this guy. Well, and I'm shaking it. I also bought a bunch of Army Painter mixing balls for $9.99. And so I just throw them into certain paints that are old as shit to keep them mixed up. And some people are like, the mixing balls will dissolve into the paint. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't know. If that happens, what are you going to do? All right. So let's go ahead. And let's get a brush for this. This one seems good. Pretty solid. A little bit there. Dab it on the old wet palette. So, for those who don't know, I'm indeed using a wet palette. Here it is. Uh-oh. This is from yesterday, so it's a little wonky, but you know. Come on. Oh my god. Way. There we go. Get a little water. I need a whole lot of water here. Move that up. So I mainly just want to paint this guy's vines, right? Especially back here. The hard part's gonna be just avoiding the throne. You know what I mean? Jeez, is this the same color? Hold on. Let me compare it now. I don't think it is. This is a little... this one's a little dark. You know what? I don't care. It'll help differentiate, if anything. So, I mean, this is fine. I think we're fine. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is like... fine. There we go. Yep. There we go. Look at that. Dude, look at that. There it is. As long as it contrasts, that's all what we're looking. That's the main thing. Help it contrast from the actual stone color. Right. There we go. Starting to vine a little bit. Oh, was I too high up? Hold on. Let me drop it down. I'll drop it down low. Let's see. What's this? Okay, right here. Right here. There it is. This is a really good Safari Zone pivot we found here. Okay. Especially when I cover up all the white parts. I'm gonna need to get more. Oh, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. Look at that. There. Oh! Then a little bit on the inside. Okay. So there we go. Now we got the vine kind of working its way downtown, walking fast, and we're homebound. Do I have any 40k armies? Yes. I have Tyranid, Orc, and Necron. Tyranid, Orc, and Necron. Leaf painting, 2 months. I just remembered that your stream is where a lot of awesome emotes are coming from. Krendor Bonk, Krendor Pet, Krendor Cat Jam, Krendor Rat Jam, Krendor WTF, Krendor Mamma Mia. Indeed. 1, 2. It's like, save it 2 months. I'm a very non-human army enjoyer. But yeah, I guess a lot of those armies are horde armies. I mean, I could show everybody my entire army collection. I could do that. Hold on. Here we go. It's hard to like see where I am when I'm painting.
Thanks.
Put up in there. All right. Slowly but surely, we're working the vine down. I really liked how the stone turned out. So the way I did the stone was I dry brushed a lot of stuff green, And then I started blending gray with green, so it made this like mossy green. So it's almost like a greenish gray, you know what I mean? So it's almost like a mossy stone. I really like how that turned out. Darkon, 23 months, forgetting about Krendor Call, the greatest emote on Twitch. What the percent? I love the percent about 3. Sorry. They were 23 months. Dude, I'm so pumped for Age of Sigmar 4.0 because I have so many armies that I'm ready to paint. It's gonna take over my life. I'm not gonna lie. All right, here we are. Oh my god, hold on. There we go. All right. Do touch-ups and stuff later. Some of these vines I want to be a little more green, I think. Let's go a little more. So for people that don't know, I've been painting Warhammer for like 5 years at this point. It's been a long time. I have definitely improved over those 5 years, I will say. Like a bit from this angle. And show you some examples. I always enjoy showing my painted stuff off. A little more here. First time here and I see Seraphon currently painting up Agrodon. Dude, hell yeah. Great choice. Yeah, I got plenty of Seraphon. Let me bust out some Seraphon. Hold on. Well, I mean, currently I am busting out the Seraphon, but I can bust out some big time Seraphon if you want. Okay, hold on. Here we go. A little bit in there. There it is. There. Bit on there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of like touch-up work, but for the most part, we've got the vine kind of working its way downtown, walking fast, and we're homebound, right? Like for the we got that half. Okay. Been watching you since the old Gimmick-a-thon days with TB. Love to see your stuff. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Here, let me show you. So, I mean, here's my slaying. This is the one I'm basing this off of. So this is just my slaying. He's got the big gold throne. This one's okay. Like, I think he's all right. He's not my greatest work, but he's decent. You see him on the battlefield, you're like, wow, that's a slaying, and he's fully painted. Cool, right? So there he is. Hold on, let me rinse that off. Let me get my other stuff here. I'll show you. Whoa. We got the Lord Croak. Let me get my Lord Croak out. Woo. Woo. Okay, here he is. So here's Lord Croak. A little crazy. He comes off. You can see there. You can see where he sits. And you can put him back in. Hold on. Get in there. Come on. Come on. Okay, there he is. Oh my. Come on. Get in the thing. Okay, whatever. There he is. He's chilling. He's like down in Brazil at Carnival. Oh my god, just get out of here. Okay, so I got the I got the vines, I got the stuff, right? You got his little skink friend there. He's jamming out. Yeah. It's Lord Croak. Yeah, I wanted him to be very like kind of popping out, you know? Dude, can he just... There's like, okay, you can see down here, there's like a little thing he's supposed to plug into, right? You see that little hole? So he's supposed to go into the hole, but he's just not, he's not cooperating. And you get to the point where you're like, you know what, whatever, just chill there. He's fine, all right? Yeah, it's a very small, it's a very small connector, so, hold on. Okay, we're okay right here, and it doesn't even like go in that well. Like, okay, he's kind of in there now. This is like the best you're gonna get, is like that, which is still pretty good, but I might at some point just end up super gluing him in or something, but whatever. Okay, so he's fine. That's him. That's Lord Croak. Here's one of the first things I ever painted, like one of the first big models, my Carnosaur. This is my Carnosaur, all right? I saw a YouTube tutorial that painted him like this, so I was like, dude, I want to paint him that color. And I think he turned out pretty all right. Now, I will say the Saurus Old Blood, his spear broke off, as you can see here. It snapped. So I don't remember where the other half of his spear is, but it's somewhere. But the Carnosaur looks cool. So he's having a great time. So that's one thing. All right. Then we got... hold on, let me find something else. Oh, here we go. Here's my Kragnos. All right, if you like Kragnos, I painted him. This is Kragnos. Do a little rotation. Good old Kragnos. Let's see. I'm really happy with how his shield turned out. It's kind of like a greenish bronze type shield, and his stone down here as well. I like how the stone turned out. And then a lot of dry brushing. But I think he turned out pretty all right. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. He's a little like... He's a little too dark at some points, but then I kept dry brushing him, and now he's a little brighter. He's not as bad as he used to be. So I'm pretty happy with him. So that's my Kragnos. We got... here we go. Two guys here. We got the first one. This is my Maw Crusher. So I spent a long time painting this guy. This is my Maw Crusher. You can see up top, you got the orc guy. And then just the dragon. Big cabbage. Yeah. And then I actually spent a lot of time doing this base. This is my custom base. This is made out of cork. So you can see how it like, it's cork board. But it looks like mountains, right? And so I got like a skull in here. You can see the skull right there. And then it kind of looks like it's up in the mountains and he's standing on them. Oh, I hit the thing. So I spent a lot of time doing this base. So I thought that turned out pretty cool. So that's my Maw Crusher. And then we've got... here's my Sylvaneth Bugman. All right. I forgot what this guy's called, but I'm really happy with how he turned out. I really wanted him to be like a winter meets autumn model because I thought about doing him as like an autumn guy, and then I was like, actually, he'd be cool as like winter, and I was like, okay, we'll do like purples and reds and blues. So I kind of just blended them all together. So he's got like the purple cape and then like the dry brushed blue wood pieces, and then I dry brushed blue over all the red. And if you look underneath, it's kind of like magenta. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I got like all the snow on the ground, and the wood is all covered in snow. And then, so I don't know, I thought it all blended together, and his sword is all purple too. So I was pretty happy with how this turned out as well. So that's that guy. I don't actually remember his name, but he's pretty neat. I really like this model too. This is a really cool model. This one came out like last year, or I don't know if it was last year. It might have been like 6-7 months ago, but it's a pretty newer model. And then let me show you some rats, because rats are popular now. Oh, actually, before I show you rats, we've got, here's my Saurus Scar Veteran on Carnosaur. I really like how this guy turned out. He's very just purple. And then on top, he's green. He's got his big spear with the shield. And I tried to do him like walking over a river. The river, I think, looks a little too white. You see what I mean? It's like a white river instead of blue, but whatever. And he's walking over it. But I'm still happy how he turned out. And then here's my Gorgon, who I wanted to be like an ice Gorgon, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out too, as like an ice Gorgon. He's like an ice giant, walking around, very blue, walking on the ice. You can see he got like snow and stuff on the ice. He's very blue. Dabba dee dabba die. I really like, I like doing a lot of winter stuff, so that's why I was happy with how he did. Yeah, I really like basing. Basing's one of my favorite parts. Let's see, who else do I got here? I got some Nurgle. Here we go. Here's one of my Nurgle guys. So this is one of the Nurgle Lords, or the Nurgle Lords. And he's riding on his thing. I haven't actually based him yet, but I might in the new edition. And he's got his vomit. He's vomiting. He's just chilling up top with his big scythe. And all the bugs are flying out. So I think he looks pretty sick. And then we've got, here's my pig, my Iron Jaws pig. You can see here. I haven't finished it yet. You can see there's a lot of unpainted stuff, but you know, he's getting there. He's like 75% of the way done. Maybe the Iron Jaws pig will actually be good in this edition. That'll be pretty cool if they are, because they're a fantastic model. I love this model. It's so cool. There's so many pieces of armor and a lot of bone. You can see the like big bone things holding this guy onto the side. A lot of brass, a lot of bronze. So I'm pretty happy with that. I gotta finish that whenever I can. Oh yeah, all right, here we go, rats. Let me show you rats. Rats. Here they are. So, I'm working on this one. Whoop. Here's my Thanquol on Bone Ripper. Been working on him for a while. See, I got the little rats down here running around. He's gunning stuff down. You got Thanquol up top. Being Thanquol. You got the pack on the back. See, he's got all the little like warpstone juices flowing. And then he's got all the green stuff going. So yeah, I don't know. I like Thanquol on Bone Ripper. Pretty cool model. Just a big ass rat ogre. And then here is the what do you call it? the plague priest thing. I didn't paint these wheels yet, so don't look at that. But this side, you can see you got the plague priest. He's casting prayers, and then you got the big swingy thing here. See that? Swings. And then you got all the guys in the back pulling it. I haven't painted any of the ropes yet. I don't know. Painting ropes is kind of weird. I don't know what color to paint ropes. And then up top, we got all the brass and everything, but... And then, yeah, I still got to paint those, but... I love this model. This is cool. This is the, God, what's this called? Plague Furnace. This is the Plague Furnace. So, I really like the Plague Furnace. And then I also have the... Screaming Bell. There you are. Here's the Screaming Bell. As you can see. Pretty similar. I still haven't painted... I still have plenty of things to paint on it, but... You can see he's on the bell up here. It moves, kind of. Rats, rats, rats. Rat Ogre's pulling the bell back here. He's kind of whatever. I haven't like fully painted him yet, but he's good enough for playing the game and being like, hey, it's a Rat Ogre. Yeah, it's the same kit. You just build it differently. So... Some people paint this like stone, and I'm like, I don't know why they paint it like stone, because it's clearly warp stone, because you're clearly powering the whole thing with warp stone, so I don't know why they paint it like normal stone, but... yeah, there's that. Then... Let's see, anything else crazy? Any other crazy things? Here's a gnaw hole. You can see, it's a gnaw hole. Cool. Got a lot of Storm Fiends I haven't painted yet. Got my Hell Pit Abomination. He's not fully painted, but he's painted enough. He's alright. And then I got my Plague Claw. Here's the Plague Claw, the catapult. You can see. You got the rat loading the slop in. I don't know what they're doing. He's like loading in the plague slop into the thing, and then it's like, woo! Right? Woo! Okay. Love Skaven. Great army. Fantastic. There we go. So yeah, I have a lot of Warhammer, you might say. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, I got a lot of Warhammer. Let me go back here. Your painting's better than good enough, I bet. Armies look amazing in a big marching group. I mean, thank you very much. I do a decent amount of... I like to paint big stuff. And then the little stuff, I tend to just contrast paint for the most part. Because I'm like, whatever. It's just... It's skinks, it's clan rats, it's whatever. Hold on. But I think my thing is, I really enjoy painting as a methodical kind of... meditative process, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I enjoy painting things that I'm playing with. So like if I'm playing an army, I enjoy painting the army once I'm playing them. So like for example, I ended up painting a Gorgon after he did really well in Warhammer Fantasy. In fact, I can probably show you the Gorgon. He's pretty cool. I showed you my winter Gorgon, but I didn't show you my normal Gorgon. Bit in here. There we go. A little bit in the back. There we go. Yeah, nobody looks at clan rats long enough. Hold on, where's my Gorgon? Let me find it. Woo. I guess You can tell by the square base that he's Warhammer Fantasy, as you can see here. But this Gorgon, he killed numerous ogres. So he used to be unpainted, and then a bunch of ogres charged at him in Warhammer Fantasy, and he rolled Monster Slayer and killed them. And then I played again, and the second game he also rolled Monster Slayer and killed another ogre. What's it called? The ogres on top of the Frost Lord. The Frost Lords. He killed 2 Frost Lords. So I was like, dude, this guy deserves to be painted for what he just did. So I painted him. And so I think he turned out pretty alright. He's a Gorgon. You know? On his square base. I haven't based him yet, but I have a few Warhammer Old World armies. And I'm pretty happy with them. So, yeah. Whee! I did not name him. He should be named the Ogre Slayer, to be honest. There we go. Alright. So, dude, I have so much Warhammer, you don't even know. I just have bins. I have bins upon bins of Warhammer. I would say, if I had to guesstimate, I have, hold on. So I got Seraphon, Sylvaneth, Skaven, Beast of Chaos, Cruel Boys, 40k Orcs, Flesh Eater Courts, OBR, Wood Elves in Fantasy, Tzeentch, Nighthaunt, Tyranids, Endless Spells, Nurgle, Ironjaws, Ogres, Deepkin. What's back there? Gloomspite Gits, Sons of Baphomet. Necrons. Is that it? That might be it. So I think I have like 18 armies in total. Like 18 armies with like minimum 2,000 points. Some of them have way more than 2,000. So if I really needed to like, I don't know. If I was in debt and I had to like pay off my debt, I could probably just sell a bunch of Warhammer, to be honest. How much of that is painted? Probably like 10%. If that. Okay. But there. But you know what? By doing this painting right here, we're helping that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of it I bought from my friends where they're like, I just want to sell my army. And I'm like, I'll buy it. Some of it I got sent by Games Workshop because I'm a Cool Kid Games Workshop partner. Some of it I bought myself. So there's like a good blend of everything in there. A little bit up there. I don't commission though. I just paint for fun. I haven't painted for money. A little bit in here. Okay. I gotta paint underneath here a little bit. Honestly, the hardest part of getting started with painting is just doing it. I think a lot of people are afraid to paint. Because it's like, oh, I purchased this thing for a lot of money, so I don't want to paint it. But honestly, Once you get started painting, it's a lot of fun. Like, even if you're bad at it, it's still pretty fun. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of... There. How can hobbies exist without forcing monetization so you stop enjoying it? That's a very, very true statement. There you go. So yeah, you can kind of see. We got the vines working all the way around. It's pretty solid. A lot of times, as long as you paint something and it's not, you know, white or gray, it's going to end up looking better than whatever it was. Because I got plenty of armies that are just straight up primed white or gray, and that's it. Okay. There. Have to... Yep. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing right here. That's fine. Good. Okay, then we get a little bit of a second coat on some of this. It's actually crazy that I've been doing this for 5 years at this point. Right, there he is. I haven't shaded anything yet, so it's a little dull. Okay. It's just crazy how much better you get at things the more you do them. Which it makes sense. It's not like, oh my god, this is an unbelievable thing that happens. It's just like, the more you do something, the better you get at it, which is like, wow, what a crazy concept. Okay, there. That. Then, a little bit underneath here. Because even if you like at these parts, a lot of people are like, oh, I gotta be so precise and that I don't mess up. But it's like, even if you mess up something, you just paint over it. So like, who cares? Right? There. Okay, a little bit there. A little bit on the vine. Good. And I feel like miniature painting specifically is kind of taken off because it's just a very... It's a very chill hobby to have while you can do other stuff. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Because you get a combination of things. Like, one, you build this guy. Two, you get to paint him. So if you paint him and you think he looks cool, you just put him on a shelf and you're like, hey, look, I painted that guy. And then three, if you actually play the game, you can be like, wow, I'm playing a game with this guy, so I painted him for a reason, and you can like play the game with him. So it's like you have like a multifaceted hobby, which is really nice. And then, yeah, you don't have to look at a screen the entire night, which is also fantastic. And you're being creative. Like, you're actually being creative. It's almost like drawing in a way, but it's like 3-dimensional drawing. I don't know. I like it a lot. I got paint right here. And then what's cool is you can also just play a game like Warhammer Total War. And then you can be like, dude, it's the guy I painted. And you can see the miniatures you've painted kind of come to life. You know what I mean? Okay, so now... got a lot of that. A little bit there. Now I'm going to have to take some green and kind of hit the leaves on the vines. Let's put him down. Okay. Yeah, I've played a lot. I've played Warhammer 40k. I've played both 9th and 10th edition. I've played Sigmar. I played a lot of Sigmar. Both 2nd and 3rd edition, and eventually 4th edition. And then I've played Warhammer Fantasy. My favorite Total War Warhammer faction? I like Beast of Chaos a lot. Followed by probably Skaven and then Lizardmen. Which, you know, checks out. Let's see. What do I want to... Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to paint these bone things with Morghast bone. There it is. Morghast bone. Shake it up. Oh yeah, Warhammer Fantasy was a slog rule-wise, which I learned from both reading it in 6th grade, or no, 7th grade, and then playing Warhammer Old World since January. I've played it. It's like, it's not even as many rules. It's so many rules though. It's like so much shit to remember. Okay. There we go. That. On the old wet palette. Yeah. Oh. Alright. So now, you just kind of some thin base coating. Like so. Okay, one more. There. Don't even care if I paint over the rings, because I can just paint them over later, and then we do a little bit here. I'm kind of careless when I paint a bit. Partially because I'm impatient, but like you can see, right? We got that, not wraith bone. What is this? Morghast bone. You can see. But then if we look behind, it's still kind of white, so we gotta paint that. Let's see here. What do you think of Skaven reveals? I'm pumped about the Skaven. I'm pumped about all the 4.0 stuff. I'm really loving what they've put out. It looks so much better than 40k 10th edition. I'm not gonna lie. It looks way better than 40k 10th edition. There we go. Like, everything has so much more flavor. Things feel good. It's crazy. Underneath here. Yeah. How's the box set? Dude, I wish I had the box set. I'm like, every day I check my email being like, are they sending it to me yet? Because typically when Games Workshop sends me stuff early, it's usually like 3 to 4 weeks in advance. And so I know that 4.0 is coming out in July. And so I'm like, it's probably early July, which means it would probably be early June. Earliest would be late May. So there's part of me that's like, maybe next week. Maybe next week I might get that box set. Who knows? I wouldn't tell anybody about it, clearly. But I would start painting it up. I actually really want to do some Spearhead battle reports where I'm going to play against myself. I think it'd be a lot of fun. There we go. That's kind of popping it a bit more in that it's got the bone on the sides instead of just the white. You can see. I don't know what to paint his staff colors. It's part of the problem. I gotta paint these leaves as well. Okay. Yeah, Spearhead's honestly looking better than Combat Patrol, I agree. It's almost like Age of Sigmar has a real game designer on board working on it. And 40K was just a bunch of people being like, I don't know, this sounds good. It sounds good, throw it out there. Where's my greens? Oh yeah, here we go. Like a Lauren Forest. Lauren Forest, that looks pretty good. Hold on, can I? Hold on, let me show you. Not even. Hold on. I don't even think I can do this. I was gonna show you my boxes of Warhammer, but I'm like, I'm gonna mess up my setup, so I'm not gonna do it. You know what? I can take a picture. Hold on, I'll take a picture of my Warhammer boxes for you. Here we go. So here's my here are my Warhammer boxes. All right, you see them? I have crates, and they're all marked with everything. So like down here, you got 40k orcs, cruel boys. What do I got in here? Flesh eater courts, OBR. Like every one of these is about 2,000 to 4,000 points of an army. And then the bigger ones, like here we have Skaven. You can see the gnaw holes. Down here we got like Sylvaneth is down there. Hold on. And then that's a garbage can. That's where I put that's where I put Stormcast. This is where the Stormcast go in the garbage can. And Space Marines, they also go in there. And then down here we got Beast of Chaos. So yeah, it's a lot. And then
Thanks.
here's my bookshelf. This is where I also put a bunch of models I've painted. I've kind of showed this off on my YouTube channel, but I got a bunch of stuff on the bookshelf. I gotta reorganize the bookshelf, honestly. A whole bunch of stuff here. Like my big rats, Nurgle. Get stuff. There's my Stompa, ready to stomp. He's stomping. So yeah. I have a lot. I have a lot of Warhammer. Morbidly Obscene gifting a sub to Survivor. Thank you very much. Gifting Survivor a stub. A stub and a sub. Oh, there we go. If you worked on these for at least 2 hours each night, how long would you take to paint it all? That's a good question. It still would probably take me a year, honestly. Like straight up. I have like 2,000 points per army. And when I say 2,000 points per army, like certain armies like Skaven, I have 4,000 to 6,000 points, depending on new point values. Or like Seraphon, I have like 4,000 to 6,000 points of Seraphon easy. Like Seraphon, I literally have 4 Stegodons, 4 Bastiladons, like 100 Skinks. I have like the Saurus Scar Veteran, the Old Blood, the Lord Croak, the Slan, like like I have so much shit, dude. It's so much shit. Water. 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Honestly, I could probably do 2 years. But then I'd probably get more stuff. Like I have all this stuff, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then I'm gonna get sent the new box. Like they're gonna send me the new box, and then I'm gonna have to paint all the Skaven in that. Which is, you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. But you know, it's more stuff to paint.
Thanks.
Let's see. There, a little bit there. Some of my brushes are kind of bad too, but I'm like, whatever. I'm not about to buy a new brush just because one little strand is going wonky. There we go. Put up here. Yeah. A bit down there. Even paint some of these leaves. Go. Well, that's a skink tail. I don't want to paint that. Perfect, perfect. A little bit up here. All right. Yo-Yo Hip with 6 months. Thank you, Yo-Yo Hip. What, 5, 6? Sweet. Thank you very much. I have not played in a tournament, no. I have played probably, I've probably played about 100 Age of Sigmar games, though. I've played a lot of Age of Sigmar, including 2.0, that is. Okay. I've played a lot of games. Oh, God. I don't even know if you can see this. Probably not. Over here. Paint some of these. Uh-oh, my music stopped. Let's start that up again. Doesn't really matter if I miss some of the green on these because it ends up looking like moss in a way, which I think is kind of cool. Kind of in here and over here. Yeah. A little bit back there. A bit back there. Good. In fact, I kind of just like hitting it with a little moss action, you know what I mean? There you go. Like just brushing it on. Almost like a wet dry brush. I guess that wouldn't make it a dry brush. Like a wet brush. The old wet brush hit. Up here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. You can kind of see it. Hold on. It's harder to see on camera, actually. Still looking good. Hold on, let me restart the music. Ooh. There we go. Tavern's back. And then I kind of want his fins to be a purple color as well. I mean, the vines are fine like this. I can live with those vines. By the way, for people wondering the wet palette I use, it is the... Here's my wet palette right? And it is the, God, what is this? It's the Red Grass Games. Yeah, Red Grass Games. Really good wet palette. Fantastic wet palette, actually. Oh. Where's... Maybe here. Need like a purple... Gene Stealer purple? Uh-oh, I donked the camera. That could be pretty good. Let me shake it. Bob Ross beat the devil out of it. Damn. There we go. I don't know. It's just this is one of those things where I really got into Warhammer back in 7th grade, which would have been 2003. I want to say 2003. But I was like 13 years old, so I didn't know what I was doing. And then it was just a really fun thing to... It was like adult action figures. You know what I mean? Like, you grew out of action figures at that point, but you were like, yo, these are really cool action figures. But I also had no idea how to build or do anything with them. And so 5 years ago, when I got back into the hobby, I was just like, shit, dude, I'm actually doing it. I'm like reliving my childhood, you know what I mean? And so it's just kind of been fun being able to do that. You gotta shake the paint like the rhino, yep. Alright. So now... Kinda... Probably can't even see that. You can kind of see it from there. Okay. Go to this side. God, I hope they make the Engine of the Gods good. The Engine of the Gods is so bad right now. I hope they made it at least playable. And then I always wanted to play the game, so now that I actually have a fun group of people I play with, it's really nice to be able to play the game and have a good time playing it. In fact, okay, hold on, can I? This might be crazy. You might say he's crazy. But I'm gonna kind of dry wet brush his scales. So it kind of blends the color together. Hold on. So I don't want to like full on dry brush it so it's like a Cheeto dust. We already watched Willy's Wonderland. We watched it like 10 months ago. I never got into Warhammer as much as I did in Gunplay. Oh, like the mechs and stuff or whatever. I'm a very big like Warhammer medieval fantasy type of person, which is why I got so into this, especially back in the day. And now, I mean, listen, I just showed you the amount of Warhammer I have. It's a lot. A little bit in there. A little bit on the face, nothing crazy. A little bit on the hands. On the kneecaps. Okay. I still need to shade them in. Like, what I like to do, I tend to like to dry brush and blend the colors together before I shade, because when you shade, it kind of blends everything together. You know what I mean? So I like to dry brush and paint all this stuff before I shade. Thanks. For that reason. There. Now it's like kind of drying on my brush. So I can just kind of work it. Like that. There we go. Good old Null Oil. If you haven't spilled the Null Oil, you're not a true Warhammer painter yet. Me Blood, 84 months. Ow. Have net subbed in a long while. Do love the chill here. Thank you, me bud. Wait, is that, hold on, 48, 67, 2, 7 years. Oh my God, you resubbed 7 years. Put some Crendo Nerd Cyphers, Wowies, Mommies, Pop Pop, Americano, Yeehaw, Wowies in the chat. 7 years. What the fuss 7 out, 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 4. Fuck. Woo. Maybe a dumb question. What happened to the book you were planning on writing? I mean, I'm still writing it. I'm still writing it. Don't worry. It's taken a while. I mean, listen, I'm the person where, like, so many YouTubers are like, oh, I got big on the internet. I want to write a book. But, like, I want to write a book, but I want it to be a good book. You know what I mean? So, it's gonna happen. Just slowly but surely. But it is, don't worry, it's not like the non-content RPG. Like, it is actually slowly happening still. I need to get in here. There we go. Okay. Back here. Very nice. It also has like a cloak of various colored feathers. Yeah, I've been writing a fantasy book for a while. In fact, I actually paid like 2 years ago, I paid an editor girl to help me outline the entire book and like plan it all out. So I have like a good base foundation of where I'm going with the book. It's kind of just ironing out the details of it and then actually writing it. So it is gonna happen. Like, I really want to write a book. I don't care if it ends up being like the shittiest book and some guy's like, this may be the worst book I've ever read in my entire life. I don't care. I just want to write it. Okay. Dude, I don't know what color to make this. Like his staff? Like, what color do you think his staff should be? What color would go well with gold? It's a fantasy book, so it'll be like a fantasy type thing. I don't want to tell you the whole thing. Black? Black again. All right. Orange or black? All right, I mean, honestly, we could try black. If black doesn't, if I don't think it even looks good, then I can just paint over it anyway. Where's my, here we go. Abaddon black, or Abaddon black, I don't know what it's called. I've definitely improved in my writing as well, just from, honestly, like reading. Believe it or not, reading helps your writing. Who would have guessed? Reading a lot has helped my writing, because I've been reading more lately as well. A lot of people that write books that are like YouTubers or streamers, they're like, I'm gonna write a book. Like, they don't even read. And it's like, well, how are you gonna... You don't even know what's good if you don't read. Okay, here we go. What if I wet blend this, actually? Oh. Mix in a little brown. That might be pretty good. There we go. So this is like a lighter black. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. All right. There we go. That was pretty good. Yeah. All right. Cool. I also got to paint his feathers. So I want these feathers to be really bright colors. Because I like when... Maybe like an orange and a... something. Let's see. I mean, I could contrast paint it. Because it kind of blends... I could just normal paint it. Alright, here's a... What's this? This is an orange. Fire Dragon Bright. A lot of orange paints are very watery, I've noticed. That's the other thing you learn when you paint a lot, is you learn what colors tend to be darker than others. Like, a lot of orange paints are very watery. A lot of browns and darker colors are very thick, so you have to thin the paint more. While when you already have an orange, a lot of oranges you don't really have to thin that much, depending. Let's take a little bit. Like you can kind of see, like look at this. It's just like it's already kind of goopy and watery already. It's very thin. All right. So now, in fact, I'm gonna have to get some of this off the brush. Okay. Oh. There we go. And then what would go well next to an orange? Like a blue? Probably a blue. Orange and blue. Let's see. This one looks good. They got nice light blue. Like one of the reasons I use so many Citadel paints is I have so many of them already, so I'm like, whatever. And then a bunch of the contrast paints they sent me for free when they came out, so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna not use them for free. You know what I mean? Why would I buy other stuff? Okay, there we go. And honestly, they're pretty solid. I tried Army Painters, or no, Army Painter? Was it Army? I think I tried Army Painter Contrast, and they kind of sucked ass. And I was like, all right, well, I tried it. There we go. Then the blue. Oh, hit the mic a little bit. Okay, so there, you can kind of see the feathers, right? The orange and the blue back there. A little hard to see, but it's good enough. A lot of times you don't have to like fully paint it even. Like you just have to paint just enough to where you can see it. And you're like, yeah, it looks good. And then I think painting his cloak red would be pretty cool. That kind of contrasts with everything. I mean, there's some Army Painter paints that are good. It's just, some are really bad. Vallejo's really good. Vallejo's probably the other brand I would use if I didn't have so many Citadel stuff already. Where is it? Where did I put that? The red. I could probably just paint it with the contrast red. The nice thing with contrast is usually thin enough to where if you paint over it with normal paint, it paints over it really easily, which is nice. So it's like, oh, okay, you know, if you mess up, you just paint over it, so it's not that big of a deal. Shake it up. And I don't like putting these in palettes, so hold on. Some of this. Just pull it from the pot with these. You can see. Just kind of work it like a shade paint. Just let it flow down. That way, even though there are multiple feathers on this cloak, I can just paint over those feathers with different colors and it won't be that big of a deal. Make sure I get all the areas covered here. Okay. Go the other side. Also make sure I don't knock the entire thing of paint over, because I've definitely not done that before. Right? Okay. Just get in there. Kind of see. A little more. I definitely haven't knocked over an entire thing of paint and spent a long time cleaning it up and getting it out of my clothes that I also spilled it on. Definitely haven't done that. A little bit back here. Kind of hard to see the camera. Actually, kind of see from this angle a little bit. No, it's still kind of hard to see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. It's looking all right. But, oh, you can see, look at that. You can see kind of in there. You see, that's that cloak. It's white. You got to get in there. But, even if I get some on the tail, it's okay. You can just paint over it. Yeah. All right. There we go. Much better. Okay. Not bad. I like the red with the purple, honestly. I think it looks pretty good. That back. I've had big spills on old dining room chairs at my parents' house like 12 years ago when I painted the Acadian. Yeah, that sounds about right. Whoop. How long have I been painting? It'll be... Actually, is it 5 years? I started in 2019. And it's going to be 20... So yeah, it'll be 5 years and 1 month. So I've been painting about 5 years. Which is crazy to think about, actually. It's been 5 years. What the shit? Okay, let me put these back. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. And then... So he's got his fins, but I could probably take the really light purple and like dry brush over it. I don't even have to dry brush over it, honestly. I mean, I'll just kind of layer it on. All right. Let's take a little bit. Put it on the palette. Yep. So then, kind of angle this. I don't even think it's gonna pick it up that well, to be honest. no. So mainly I just want to paint the fins, but I don't really care if it gets on the other parts. Yeah, it's not really picking it up that well. Whatever. It's fine. Everyone that I play with makes fun of me because they say I paint like 90% of my army and then I stop. Or they say I paint 90% of a model and then I stop. Which is kind of true. I end up painting like a good chunk of a model and then I'm like, eh, it's pretty good. It's done. I never put like any finishing touches on it. Like a lot of times I'll get to like this point where there's still like white spots all over and like I could shade stuff and highlight and I'm like, nah, he's good. Throw him out there. Whoa! I'm gonna shade him in though. I kind of want to shade the gold, but I can shade it with Reichland Flesh Shade, Seraphim, or I can just null oil it. But I think I think I might Reichland Flesh Shade it for a little more of a red gold feeling. This for new AOS or a one-off? I mean, this is for... Technically, it's for new AOS, but I mean, I played a bunch of 3rd edition. I played 2nd edition a bit. So... It's for Age of Sigmar in general, really. I do have a lot of green shades, which I probably will do on the throne. Hold on, let me see how this looks. Ooh, yeah, I do like that. Hold on, I'll show you. There we go. So you can kind of see how I painted the helmet with the red shades. You can see that compared to like his, look at his belt, right? Compare his belt to the helmet and you can see how the shade just kind of pops everything out, you know what I mean? So now if we take a little more of the shade, put on the belt, then you'll see, wow, now his belt is popping out. That's crazy, but now his necklace doesn't really pop anything, right? So now, yeah, Reichland Flesh Shade on gold is really nice. So then we go to the neck. Gonna put it all on the neck there. There we go. So again, now we look again. You can see, now that's really popping out. So that's the power of just shading. A lot of new painters will make the mistake of they either overshade or they undershade. So I used to undershade because I'd be kind of afraid and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. And I just wouldn't use enough shade and I would soak a lot of it back up. And then there's some people where they get into shading and they just use too much of the shade. And they're just like, oh, it's just like there's blotches of shit everywhere, right? So you just want to get a good amount to bring the shadow, like it's really there to just bring the depth out of the model or whatever you're painting. Especially in the areas where there would be shadows. That's where you really kind of want it. You can also just, you can do the old null oil dunk, yeah. Okay. Honestly, a lot of times when I look at professionally painted stuff, I don't even really like a lot of the professional stuff because it's like, it looks too crazy to me, you know what I mean? Like it almost looks like it came out of a comic book or something, and I'm like, I don't know if I even like that. Like a lot of times it looks a little just overdone. But there, whoops. Okay, get in there. Perfect. Soak up some of that. There we go. So now we can see with the gold. Well, whoop. There he is. So now, definitely popping.
Thanks.
A lot more depth in there compared to before. You have special painting socks where I accidentally dunked myself in the noise. Dude, what a ultimate Chad play. Have you seen those Dragon Ball Z cell shaded figures? I have not. Voodoo Ray at the 52 months. Sure making it harder to prime sub good old Bezos. Thank you, Voodoo Ray. What they fussing not 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 what they fussing. It's like they're 52 months. Let's go up and get some of these. Very good, very good. Go back here. All right. We'll go behind. A little bit there, a little bit there. A little bit more. And perfect. Okay. I think I got all the gold. I gotta get behind here a little bit. Now I think I got everything I wanted to get. There we go. I don't have an airbrush. I'm not a big airbrush person. I prefer just like hand paint and stuff, to be honest. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, Reichland flesh shade doing work. That looks phenomenal. I love that Reichland flesh shade with the gold. Woohoo! All right. Oh. All right. And let's see. Whoop. I don't even know how to paint. I guess this is stone. I'm gonna have to like look at other people that have painted this same model and see what they did. But for the most part, I'm still pretty happy with it. Yeah, it's kind of a rosy hue, which is nice. All right. I'm probably gonna be done now, because I'm going for what? Hour and a half. It's 1:20 a.m. I have to go find more pointless top 10 stuff for this year, or this week's pointless top 10. So, I haven't done a Warhammer stream in a while, so I thought we'd do a Warhammer stream. That was pretty good. Got some good Warhammer stuff done. Showed off a lot of stuff as well. If you missed any of me showing off my models, just go to the VOD, rewind, you'll find it. Also, I have a Warhammer channel, youtube.com/Warhammer Crendor, ! Warhammer in the chat. If you enjoy hearing me rant about Warhammer topics, primarily Age of Sigmar, that's what I rant about for the most part. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I should at least do a couple painting streams a month, to be honest. I love doing painting streams. It's fun. I have been building the Gnome Blood Bowl team, so maybe I'll do a couple Gnome Blood Bowl painting streams. That'd be fun with the goose and the fox and the badger. That'd be great. So yeah, I'll at least do one or two of those. But either way, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Thanks for subscribing and resubscribing, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go, I don't know, do something else. And we'll be back tomorrow doing some normal Kaizo Ironmon. So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay. See ya. All right, I actually gotta stand up and walk over here. I gotta turn this monitor.